Hey there everybody, and welcome back to The Witness. We are going through and making sure that we've collected everything we need to complete the game. And we just finished this pillar here, this obelisk thing, which now totals 3 completed obelisks. And now we're going to see if we missed any of the audio logs in this area. I think there's one here. I don't remember if I listened to it. I did listen to it, it seems, because it's off. No, that is off. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
66 times have these eyes beheld.
There's also another one over here that we got as well. So I'm going to head into the keep area, the castle.
Only listen to the voice of pines and cedars when no wind stirs. Leonin, 1711.
I happen to know that there is a triangle puzzle by the sunken ship, as we had suspected. I looked it up in between videos. As well as the one that we missed here in the keep, apparently. It's in one of the life-size maze areas. And there's a recording somewhere here. Yeah, there it is.
In the traditional view, a person is free. He is autonomous in the sense that his behavior is uncaused. That view, together with its associated practices, must be re-examined when a scientific analysis reveals unexpected controlling relations between behavior and environment. By questioning the control exercised by autonomous man and demonstrating the control exercised by the environment, a science of behavior also seems to question dignity or worth. A person is responsible for his behavior, not only in the sense that he may be justly blamed or punished when he behaves badly, but also in the sense that he is to be given credit and admired for his achievements. A scientific analysis shifts the credit as well as the blame to the environment, and traditional practices can then no longer be justified. These are sweeping changes, and those who are committed to traditional theories and practices naturally resist them. As the emphasis shifts to the environment, the individual seems to be exposed to a new kind of danger. Who is to construct the controlling environment, and to what end? Autonomous man presumably controls himself in accordance with a built-in set of values. He works for what he finds good. But what will the putative controller find good? And will it be good for those he controls? Answers to questions of this sort are said, of course, to call for value judgments. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
I was wondering who said that, and I guess that makes sense that Skinner would say that. Anyway, we found the next audio log here next to this guitarist guy.
I boasted among men that I had known you. They see your pictures in all works of mine. They come and ask me, who is he?
Aha.
I know not how to answer them. I say, indeed, I cannot tell. They blame me, and they go away in scorn. And you sit there, smiling. I put my tales of you into lasting songs. The secret gushes out from my heart. They come and ask me, tell me all your meanings. I know not how to answer them. I say, who knows what they mean? They smile and go away in utter scorn. And you sit there smiling. Rabindranath Tagore, 1910.
I think I missed that one the first time I played through. I remember the Skinner one.
Our hangnails are incredibly real to us.
Ew.
Whereas to most of us, the English village of Neverwallen and the high Himalayan country of Bhutan, not to mention the slowly swirling spiral galaxy in Andromeda, are considerably less real. Even though our intellectual selves might wish to insist that since the latter are much bigger and longer lasting than our hangnails, they ought therefore to be far realer to us than our hangnails are. We can say this to ourselves till we're blue in the face, but few of us act as if we really believed it. A slight slippage of subterranean stone that obliterates 20,000 people in some far-off land. the ceaseless plundering of virgin jungles in the Amazon basin, a swarm of helpless stars being swallowed up one after another by a ravenous black hole. Even an ongoing collision between two huge galaxies, each of which contains 100 billion stars. Such colossal events are so abstract to someone like me that they can't even touch the sense of urgency and importance, and thus the reality of some measly little hangnail on my left hand's pinky. We are all egocentric, and what is realist to each of us in the end is ourself. The realest things of all are my knee, my nose, my anger, my hunger, my toothache, my side ache, my sadness, my joy, my love for math, my abstraction ceiling, and so forth. What all these things have in common, what binds them together, is the concept of my, which comes out of the concept of I or me, and therefore, although it is less concrete than a nose or even a toothache, this I thing is what ultimately seems to each of us to constitute the most solid rock of undeniability of all. Could it possibly be an illusion? Or if not a total illusion, could it possibly be less real and less solid than we think it is? Could an eye be more like an elusive, receding, shimmering rainbow than like a tangible, heftable, transportable pot of gold? Douglas Hofstadter, 2007.
I wasn't sure how long that was going to go, so I figured we'd get the triangle puzzle in the sunken ship done. Let's find that other triangle puzzle in here while we listen to this one.
If a man, holding a belief which he was taught in childhood or persuaded of afterwards, keeps down and pushes away
Gets
any doubts
here.
which arise about it in his mind, purposely avoids the reading of books and the company of men that call it to question or discuss it, and regards as impious those questions which cannot easily be asked without disturbing it, the life of that man is one long sin against mankind. But, says one, I am a busy man. I have no time for the long course of study which would be necessary to make me in any degree a competent judge of certain questions, or even able to understand the nature of the arguments. Then he should have no time to believe. William K. Clifford, 1874.
I'm trying to remember where the other exit is. I thought there was an exit that led to the forest around here. I'm trying to remember where. Not down there for sure. I felt like it was through here, but apparently it isn't. Alright, this is going to bother me. I gotta find this. Part of me wants to say that there's a set of stairs that led to it, that led down to it, I should say. So I'm wondering if it's under one of these areas. That's the stairs that lead in here. Could it be through here? I don't think it's through here. I don't think we actually looked out here, but I think there's something you could see here if you aligned this in a certain way. I can't quite see it though. Okay, I gotta find this exit out of here. That's gonna be our new goal here. We're gonna find the exit. Oh, wait a minute. It could be on the other side where all the life-size mazes are. In fact, that might actually make more sense. Let's go over this way. Yeah, I think it's over here. Yes! Okay, good. Okay, so let's go to the boat area, because we're going to make a trip through the sunken ship, and then out to the Ewok village, as we're going to call it. Some people like calling it that, so I figured we'll follow suit. Where's the alternate path? It's over here. Okay, here we are. We got everything we needed in the boathouse, I think. I don't think there are any more puzzles here. I think we've touched all of them. We did both of the ones down there. We have operated all the machines here, as far as I know. So let's call the boat over. I don't know if each boat call thing is a puzzle in and of itself that you need to solve. If it is, I'm not sure if we've solved all the ones on the east side of the island, but I'll go over them just to make sure. I don't think they're really, they count though. One interesting thing I hadn't pointed out, and you may have noticed it earlier if I had it zoomed in on it, I'm not sure if I did or not, but I think I did, was that, let's go along here, because I'm not sure exactly where it is. One interesting thing is that the boat dock that's over by the cemetery area, the call puzzle for it is actually deactivated when you first visit that area. I'm not sure what the status of the other ones is, but I know that one in particular isn't workable, and I think that's just because the game is trying to prevent you from exploring too much before you understand all the basic concepts, which is kind of interesting. I like that idea. The game itself is pretty non-linear because you can get to most of the areas from this starting location on the map, but at the end of the day, you really should be learning about all this stuff. Okay, let's slow down now. I don't know exactly where this is. It's somewhere here, though. There's a rock. I think it's that rock over there, if I'm not mistaken. And I know there's some up in the village as well, so we'll check those out. Okay, I think it's on this side. Got it.
Lustily, I dipped my oars into the silent lake, and as I rose upon the stroke, my boat went heaving through the water like a swan. When, from behind that craggy steep, till then the horizon's bound, a huge peak, black and huge, as if with voluntary power instinct, upreared its head. I struck and struck again, and growing still in stature, grim-shaped towered up between me and the stars. But after I had seen that spectacle, for many days my brain worked with a dim and undetermined sense of unknown modes of being. Or my thoughts, they're hung in darkness. Call it solitude or blank desertion. William Wordsworth, 1888.
Interesting quote. I believe the next one's actually over here. Ah, there it is, right there. That's a clever hiding place.
When we choose silence, we choose to give up the reasons not to love, which are the reasons for going to war, or continuing war.
Wait a second.
Or separating, or being a victim, or being right. In a moment of silence, in a moment of no thought, no mind, we choose to give those.
Did that count as a puzzle solved? I think it did.
This is what.
Wait, no, it
literature
didn't.
like me to.
Because we solved two here.
Just choose silence. Don't even choose love. Choose silence, and love is apparent. If we choose love, we already have an idea of what love is. But if you choose silence, that is the end of ideas. You are willing to have no idea, to see what is present when there is no idea, past, present, future. No idea of love, no idea of truth, no idea of you, no idea of me. Love is apparent. Gangaji, 2009.
Gangaji, that was the name of the woman in the final video. I thought her name started with a Z, but it's not a Z, it's G. Alright, I'm going to just make sure, I don't think there is, but I'm just going to make sure there is no final puzzle to solve in the burnout thing, or no final recording to find. I don't think there is, but I just want to make absolutely certain. This feels like the sort of place where you might want to hide something, but I don't think there is one here. I think this is it. I think this is just used to find that environmental puzzle. Yeah. I do like how the hidden perspective illusion thing shows a guy rubbing sticks to make fire, which is kind of appropriate given what happened to that tree. Okay, so the next puzzle we want to find, or the next recording we want to find, is over by the bottom area, and it's actually in that area we were wondering about, if there was a hidden recording there, that overlooked the shipwreck down there on the shore. So let's go down there and find that by taking our handy-dandy shortcut. Thankfully we don't have quite as much in the way of convoluted bridge making to make in order to solve environmental puzzles. We just need to take the routes that we've built with these shortcuts. So it turns out the purple tree didn't have any environmentals after all. That almost looks like a door or something. Okay, where is this? It's got to be somewhere here. Here, maybe? This feels like a good place. There it is, right there.
These hearts were woven of human joys and cares, washed marvelously with sorrow, swift to mirth. The years had given them kindness. Dawn was theirs, and sunset in the colors of the earth. These had seen movement and heard music, known slumber and waking, loved, gone proudly friended, felt the quick stir of wonder, sat alone, touched flowers and furs and cheeks. All this is ended. There are waters blown by changing winds to laughter, and lit by the rich skies all day. And after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance in wandering loveliness. He leaves a white, unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. Rupert Brooke, 1914.
For some reason, I keep thinking that there's something we're missing here with respect to creating another shortcut. And if that is the case, that would explain why we're missing another panel thing here. Wait, is that starting to move? It doesn't seem like it. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like there should be at least one more shortcut to make this transition a little less weird. Because you got to get back in there, and it feels like the only way in is that opening area. Unless you were to take the end area with the laser and go through that red box thing. I mean, I guess there is that, but I don't know. I just can't escape the thought that there's a little bit more to this. Is there anything else up here that we missed? I don't think there is. Nothing there. Let me just bring up my list of audio logs here. Oh, wait a minute. There is something. And it might... I don't know if it's actually under this one, but it is in one of those rooms. Well, we can't access that from there, so we'll have to find another way. See, that's the problem with a shortcut, is that it's pretty much only useful if you're getting out of the swamp, not getting into it. But yeah, maybe that is it. I don't know. It feels like a limited... Oh, and now we're going to have to wait for this. Really? There's got to be a better way to get through all this. I don't know, I just can't escape that thought. I mean, I guess there is that path that goes over there. We could have taken that, right? The one that's up through those stairs and then through that hidden door. I forgot if that runs back by where the treehouse area was, but if it is, then I'm going to be kicking myself because we could have just used that the whole time. Oh well, that's alright. Okay, so let's do this one. this time we'll actually get it right the first time. It's kind of a bit of a foggy day outside today, so I'm always glad to escape to an island like this. Especially on a weekend. And as I'm recording, the Super Bowl's about to come on, so I don't really care about football too much, so I'm not going to watch it. But I figured it's always nice to do some LP recording on the weekend, especially on a foggy day. So why not go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity, right? Alright, so we're over here, and is this the underground thing that we need to be looking at? I don't think it is. There's one that has kind of a reddish background in it. It's not that one, because that's a blue one. It may actually be the one that's close to the laser. Which, if that's the case, that's... Wait a minute. There is a path through here, right? Yes, here we go. But this is the path that leads all the way in, so... No, it's the one that's over by the rotating bridge thing. Okay. First things first, I want to... I really want to connect blue to purple, but I also want to make sure... Wait, we can't access it from there, so let's do that. Let's start with this. Let's go clockwise. And then grab that. I think that'll make the transition a little... Well, wait a minute. No, it would have been exactly the same amount of time either way. For some reason I thought we were really close to blue and purple, but we're really not. Okay, well, that's a shame, but it's alright. Hopefully I was at least a tiny bit optimal in the way I did this. Alright, I'm going to go over here, because I think what we need to find is in this area. Maybe? I want to say there's a recording here. There it is.
A poet once said, "The whole universe is in a glass of wine." We will probably never know in what sense he meant that, for poets do not like to be understood.
That's for sure.
It is true that if we look at a glass of wine closely enough, we see the entire universe. There are the things of physics, the twisting liquid which evaporates depending on the wind and weather, the reflections in the glass, and our imagination adds the atoms. The glass is a distillation of the Earth's rocks, and in its composition we see the secrets of the universe's age and the evolution of stars. What strange array of chemicals are in the wine? How did they come to be? There are the ferments, the enzymes, the substrates, and the products. There in wine is found the great generalization. All life is fermentation. Nobody can discover the chemistry of wine without discovering, as did Louis Pasteur,
there you go.
the cause of much disease. How vivid is the claret, pressing its existence into the consciousness that watches it. If our small minds, for some convenience, divide this glass of wine, this universe, into parts, physics, biology, geology, astronomy, psychology, and so on, remember that nature does not know it. So, let us put it all back together, not forgetting ultimately what it is for. Let it give us one more final pleasure. Drink it, and forget it all. Richard Feynman, 1963.
Oh, so they did include a Feynman quote in the audio logs after all, huh?
We have two kinds of knowledge which I call symbolic and intimate. I do not know whether it would be correct to say that reasoning is only applicable to symbolic knowledge, but the more customary forms of reasoning have been developed for symbolic knowledge only. The intimate knowledge will not submit to codification and analysis, or rather, when we attempt to analyze it, the intimacy is lost and replaced by symbolism. For an illustration, let us consider humor. I suppose that humor can be analyzed to some extent in the essential ingredients of the different kinds of wit. Suppose that we are offered an alleged joke. We subject it to scientific analysis, as we would a chemical salt of doubtful nature, and perhaps after careful consideration, we are able to confirm that it really and truly is a joke. Logically, suppose, our next procedure would be to laugh. But it may certainly be predicted that as the result of the scrutiny, we shall have lost all inclination we ever had to laugh at it. It simply does not do to expose the workings of a joke. The classification concerns a symbolic knowledge of humor, which preserves all the characteristics of a joke except its laughableness. A real appreciation must come spontaneously, not introspectively. I think this is a not unfair analogy for our mystical feeling for nature, and I would venture even to apply it to our mystical experience of God. There are some to whom the sense of a divine presence irradiating the soul is one of the most obvious things of experience. In their view, a man without this sense is to be regarded as we regard a man without a sense of humor. The absence is a kind of mental deficiency. We may try to analyze the experience as we analyze humor and construct a theology, or it may be an atheistic philosophy. But let us not forget that the theology is symbolic knowledge, whereas the experience is intimate knowledge. And as laughter cannot be compelled by the scientific exposition of the structure of a joke, so a philosophic discussion of the attributes of God, or an impersonal substitute, is likely to miss the intimate response of the spirit, which is the central point of the religious experience. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
Alright, this puzzle here is one that I definitely remember from my first attempt at playing through the game, and it is very annoying to try to solve this and get the timing exactly right, because you have to click this at just the right time while the sun is hitting it at just the right point, and you have to be standing in exactly the right spot for this to work. It looks like this would be the right spot, right? Maybe not. The top of that circle is what's kind of a little concerning. I'm wondering if you have to... Maybe down here is where you really have to do it, because you can see a little bit more of the circle part of it from here. So let's come back to this area, the lower part, and then rotate the bridge again. This is probably one of my least favorite puzzles in the game, just going to be honest. I think it's a little fiddly compared to a lot of the other environmentals. It's not quite as intuitive, and it feels a little more... What's the word? I feel like fiddly is a good word, but it feels a little bit more precision-oriented than, hey, you know, see this thing in a way that you normally wouldn't have seen it, you know? Come on. Don't tell me this is the wrong spot, too. Alright, I think that's about it. You have to get it while it's sliding along that thing. Unless it's down here, but no. Yeah, it's somewhere here. I just don't know where. Maybe if we look at it from way up high, we can try the other extreme, basically. Okay, let's give this another shot. I don't know if you have to completely wait until this is done rotating before you can go back. Hopefully that's not the case. Oh wait, that I think is what we did wrong before. We went down too soon. Okay, let's go there and then there. Okay. This time I'm going to stand up here. I doubt this is the answer, but I'm just going to give it a shot just to see. I know you have to be standing on this rock somewhere. I just don't know where. Okay, here it comes. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of sparks there, but less from here than from down where I was earlier. I'm not sure if that's a bad sign or not. I think the other thing that makes this a little awkward is that the circle part of it is kind of a little bit flattened at that top section there, which, I don't know, it makes this a little less intuitive in my opinion. See, here, there's more sparks, so that makes me wonder. Come on. That is not it. Are you kidding? Okay. I really wish I knew what the solution to this was. Ugh, do you have to be standing all the way up here? Maybe you do. But here I'm not even getting anything right now. Yeah, I think the closer you are to it, the more sparks you're going to get. Maybe? The thing is, the higher you go, the less it looks like a circle, which is... Right there! Got it! Okay, good. Wow. Okay, that was a pain. And now I can't actually cross. Man. Well, actually, no, I don't want to cross, right? Because I want to use the boat. Alright, let's use this. Alright, did that count as a puzzle? Let's see. Nope, it didn't. Okay, I think after we get to the greenhouse and do the stuff there, I'll stop. And then... I'm trying to time this so that the ending isn't too short, but, I'm going to basically avoid the mountain for now. I'm going to do the greenhouse, and then the jungle area, the monastery, the town, and then go into the mountain. And the reason why you'll see here in a little bit, but there is a purpose for it. And let's see, the next thing I want to get is... Oh, it's actually on that crashed boat out there. This kind of reminds me of the opening of Rem, where you see that crashed train car, and you're like, okay, was there someone else who went through this whole thing, and I'm next, and I'm stranded, you know? Except in this case, it's quite a bit different, but... Okay. Let's try to grab this real fast. There it is. Ah, we missed it. Let's go back. Oh, come on. Let's slow down, I guess. What? I'm pressing it. That's so silly. I do appreciate the boat's instant ability to stop whenever you hit the dot on the map. There.
Suppose a boat is crossing a river, and another empty boat is about to collide with it. Even an irritable man would not lose his temper. But supposing there was someone in the second boat, then the occupant of the first would shout to him to keep clear, and if the other did not hear the first time, nor even when called 3 times, bad language would inevitably follow. In the first case, there was no anger. In the second, there was. Because in the first case, the boat was empty. And in the second, it was occupied. And so it is with man. If he could only roam empty through life, who would be able to injure him? Shuangzi, 4th century BC.
That's an interesting thought. I suppose you could flip it around and say who would be able to love him as well. Okay, there is one audio recording inside the flower tower, or greenhouse. Did that activate? Nope, okay. I know we haven't called the boat here. At least I'm pretty sure we haven't, because we've always just crossed over into the jungle area. So I don't think the boat things actually count as puzzles. Okay, so for this one, what you have to do is you have to go all the way to the green floor of the greenhouse. So to do that, I'm going to head upstairs through this door. Go into the elevator, and we're going to have fun with the elevator again. Hopefully this time we can get it without too much in the way of difficulties. I guess you could stand at the very bottom and see it come down, right? You know what, let's try that. In fact, you may have to actually go down here to trigger that. Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty cool. Can you die here, I wonder? I kind of want to find out. I feel like I'm in the third Nancy Drew game, the Royal Tower one. About to get crushed by the elevator there because I didn't complete that memory puzzle fast enough. The only concern I have about doing this is I'm a little worried that I'm just going to get crushed and then the game's going to quit on me. Which would be so weird. Let's see what happens. Alright, get me. Aw, man. It pushed me aside. Man, this game is no fun. And by the way, it goes without saying, kids, don't do that in real life. Okay, so let's do this. Come to think of it, was this already set to this solution earlier when we were trying to figure it out? Because if it was, then that's on me. I should have looked at it. If it was, and I haven't even uploaded that video to YouTube yet, I would probably get a bunch of comments saying, you should have just copied it, and stuff, so... But I haven't uploaded it yet, so I don't know. I'm recording these way in advance. Okay. Let's see. I think it's at the floor after this one. Yes, here we are. And we'll signal for the elevator to come back down after we activate this thing. Alright, where is it? It's somewhere in here. I think it's somewhere here, right? This is the green floor. Oh, wait! No, this is not the green floor. My bad. Hey, come back. No. I forgot. It's that floor. It's that floor up there. Oh. It just looked green, so I went into it, and I was an idiot. And now it's going to go all the way up to the very top, tippy top there. Tippy top. You know where I got that? I just realized where I got that. You know how it's funny, you pick up phrases and then you're like, where did I get that? And then you realize, oh yeah, it's from that. So when I was little, there was this, it was a Winnie the Pooh cartoon, and I forget the name of it. They all had episode names, you know, because they had the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh that aired in the 90s. And there was this one little story that involved, I think they were about half an hour each, but most of the episodes were like split episodes where they would have 2 stories apiece. And there was this one, I always remember, where Tigger was bothering Rabbit so much by breaking all of his garden stuff, or like smashing all his cabbages, I think it was what it was. And Rabbit challenged Tigger to practice his bouncing, not in his garden, but on like a big cliffside. And Tigger was determined to try to get to the very top of it. And then Rabbit played a prank on him by filling up his shoes with a bunch of nuts and bolts and stuff. And he wasn't able to quite make it to the top because of that. But all was revealed at the very end of the day. The deception was uncovered, and I think Tigger was able to at least make it to some point. I don't think he was able to make it to the tippy top, as he said, but he made it to at least one point. Alright, where is this? It's got to be around here somewhere. Is that it? No, that's a pipe. Alright, we're going to find it. Is he going to come back down? It is. Okay, so we got some time. This feels like the sort of place where you would look down into the shaft or something and you'd find it. Because you couldn't access that part from where we were earlier. That would be a very, very devious place to hide it. But I could also see it living in here somewhere too. Man, I am not seeing this. Of course, you could also hide it here by looking in the stairwell in a certain angle. Maybe up here in the... No. Okay, let me look up the answer. It's... Oh, it's apparently on the floor inside here somewhere. Okay. Where is it? There it is, right here.
As scientists, we realize that color is merely a question of the wavelengths of ethereal vibrations. But that does not seem to have dispelled the feeling that eyes which reflect light near wavelength 4800 are a subject for rhapsody, whilst those which reflect wavelength 5300 are left unsung. We have not yet reached the practice of the Laputans who, if they would, for example, praise the beauty of a woman or any other animal, they describe it by rhombs, circles, parallelograms, ellipses, and other geometrical terms. The materialist, who is convinced that all phenomena arise from electrons and quanta and the like, controlled by mathematical formulae, must presumably hold the belief that his wife is a rather elaborate differential equation. But he is probably tactful enough not to obtrude this opinion in domestic life. If this kind of scientific dissection is felt to be inadequate and irrelevant in ordinary personal relationships, it is surely out of place in the most personal relationship of all, that of the human soul to a divine spirit. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
Man, this game really likes its Arthur Eddington quotes, doesn't it? Alright, I'm going to stop here. This is a nice beach view, and there are some recordings out here, so we'll investigate those at the start of the next video, as well as finish up the monastery and town areas. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves today. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the little bell on YouTube so you can get notified on your mobile devices for the next episode. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side.